Still here. Stuck in this damn jam, my man.
You seem like a man who knows about drugs.
Ah, man. Me and narcotics go way back.
He fold.
Had some good times surfing the psychic waves of my own consciousness, you know? But those days are behind me. There are other addictions in my life now. Why the inquiry, my man?
Do you find it... Let me be straight with you. I'm trying to figure out who's smuggling drugs out of Terminal B.
We have a credible lead, sir. Someone on this roundabout is waiting for a bulk shipment from the harbor to load it on their lorry and drive it to Jamrock.
Not me, man. No way. I don't need any trouble. Shit's bad enough anyway. This jam's got folks up in arms, and I'm afraid it's headed toward a conflagration.
Why are you still hanging around, then?
Gotta guard the stuff. Bosses don't look kindly on missing cargo, and it gives me time to work on my rhymes.
A rhymesmith? This is quite credible. It goes with its cadence and way of speaking. Working on these rhymes clearly leads to muscular atrophy. Make sure you don't get hooked on poetry.
Who do you think could be conducting the drug trade, then?
Look, man, I try to stay away from the criminal underbelly of Revachol. I'm a guest here. You really need to find another man to probe with those questions.
Conceptualization. He's a poet. Hit him with your best verse.
Wait, there's something here, stored away in some dusty corner. It starts like...
A mirror's temperature is always 0. It is ice in the veins. Its camera is an X-ray.
Whoa. What else?
It is a chalice held out to you in silent communion.
Silent communion?
Where
good.
gaspingly you partake of a shifting identity never your own.
Dang, that's some great shit. You came up with that yourself.
Did you?
I think the words are mine, yes?
Fucking hey. Seems I got you all wrong. Cops aren't much known for their artistic sensibilities these days.
God, Kim just keeps being, like, literally inside me. We're talking to other people, man. Time and place.
It's good to meet a fellow poet. Someone with an appreciation for real text. The others here, so you don't really get it.
It makes it all easier to bear if the words are pretty.
I get you. When they really click, it makes the world seem manageable. Good to be on the same page.
You found some common ground with this man. Even impressed him. The next time you look in the mirror, though, remember those words.
That's all for now. Let's talk to this lady.
The woman still has her eyes fixed on the photograph, in her hands. In the background, the radio plays.
Grandma?
Nothing. Her smile just keeps widening. Her hair is grey, like lead.
I'm going to be very rude just to see what happens and snap your fingers in front of her face.
If you want her attention, you may need to be more forceful.
Do it again.
Where am I? Who are you?
Like a magician recalling a subject from hypnosis, you've jolted her back to reality.
The smile on her face has disappeared, replaced by the weary aspect of a cornered beast.
Are you alright, ma'am?
Never mind. I remember now. I'm still stuck in that traffic jam in the 50s.
When else would you be?
Back in Mefka, during the time of the revolution. The sidewalks and cafes are filled with the young people. I was on my way to see a new Boyadero picture starring Gabriel Buenguerro. Until you came along, that is.
Who's Gabriel Buenguerro?
This is Gabriel Buenguerro.
She shows you the photograph in the lavish amber frame. Take a look.
A strikingly handsome man looks straight at you, his head crowned with a wide brim hat. His hair is dark as an oil slick, and his jaw the most perfectly chiseled thing you've ever seen.
Hi, Kim. About to go sit outside, but yay, Disco Elysium. Yes, this is my first playthrough of Disco Elysium. I've been really enjoying it. I think I've, been getting to... So I'm on day 5 at the moment. I just started day 5 today. And I think that I've been getting to a point where I'm a little bit stuck on some of the plot lines and how to progress them. So it's not been the most exciting stream ever, but finally managed to like make some progress today. So that's good. I think I've been given kind of a point of no return notice in terms of the main plot. So I'm trying to fuck about and wrap some of the side quest stuff up first. So that's where we're at today. Me freaked out. People are talking about me as I enter the stream. No, no, don't worry. It's been kind of a quiet stream today, so yeah. Thanks for stopping by though. Other Kim. Oh, that makes sense. Yeah, there is another Kim. I'm silly. I forgot about that. A very different Kim. A very, very different Kim. Unless, I don't know, you were a cop in a past life or something. At some point, the rate of new quests slows down drastically. Yeah. No, I think you're right. I was kind of trying to put my finger on it. I kind of felt like day 4, day 5, I've kind of started to feel like, the pace of kind of new stuff, new quests and stuff slows down a lot, and then I start feeling like a little bit stuck. That would be my only main kind of like criticism of the experience so far. But overall it's been really good. I'm really enjoying it. And yeah, it took me way too long to finally be playing this game, but I'm excited to be here.
He was the biggest star of his day. Girls used to faint in the aisles of cinema whenever he came on the screen. And schoolboys used to memorize all his lines.
She leans back, savoring the world she's conjured up.
In all likelihood, it's a world that's only ever existed in her mind.
So I take it you were in Mesk when you were young?
Someone was.
She nods as though her meaning were perfectly clear. Someone? Are these not your memories?
They are someone's memories, boy. What difference does it make if it's me or not? They're beautiful. That is all that matters. Beautiful and true. And they will win. They're coming for this, you know? All of this.
She looks around.
She seems to derive some bitter pleasure from this strange thought, as if the past will one day wipe the present away, like a tidal wave approaching.
Do you like that dyslexia font? I did some reading about this, and the jury is out on if it's actually better for dyslexia than other commonly used fonts, but I'm always curious to hear people's feelings about it. Yes, this is the dyslexia font. So there, you might have noticed this, but there's kind of a glitch. I don't know if this is just in my version of the game, but basically when I have the dyslexia font switched on, for some reason, every time I get some kind of status notification at the bottom of the screen, it's like the text doesn't work. So I've kind of just been playing the whole game like that. I'm not dyslexic myself, but I put the dyslexia-friendly font on in case people needed it. So, yeah, I think at this point I'm just kind of used to it, so I'm playing the whole game with it. Yeah, I think it's okay. Unfortunately, I can't tell you whether or not I think it's better for dyslexia, but if anyone who's been watching the stream has any opinions on that, then feel free to share them. I'd be curious to hear it. Sorry to interrupt your dreaming, ma'am.
I wasn't dreaming. I was there, Lowman. It was early spring, and the mine behind the Black Sun had just come out. The posters were 20 meters tall. Everything was golden.
Her eyes narrow and she appears to take your measure.
While you, people were tearing each other apart over your petty little revolution. In Meth, it was a golden age.
Okay, I don't know about that, ma'am. It wasn't exactly a petty revolution, was it? It was just pretty important. Right, I have some other questions for you. Police questions.
Why not, Harife? It's not like I have anything better to do in this hellhole.
She settles back against the railing of her motor lorry. Behind her, mountains of memorabilia, photos, and knickknacks line the dashboard.
There's something off about this woman. Tell her to show you the soles of her boots. Maybe she was at the hanging somehow.
Kim says the word spacing looks awful to me. Yeah. I don't really know what the kind of criteria for like a good dyslexia friendly font is. But again, appreciate hearing opinions. I think I've just gotten used to it at this point, but potentially it could be interesting to, I don't know if I can switch back. Yes, I can switch back. Ooh. You know, sorry, I feel overwhelmed now because I'm looking at a completely different font. I think that this is... Times New Roman is not necessarily my favorite font to look at, so I think I might switch back. Lol. I think it's too late now. I've played so much of the game with it. I just have to... This is it now. This is the experience of Disco Elysium that we're having on this particular playthrough. I can bore you with it in... Yeah, I mean, I'd be interested for sure. I think part of the thing that we would like to be more knowledgeable about for sure and to talk about more on the channel is like game accessibility and stuff. I think the thing is that I feel like I mean I really love playing games and talking about games, which is obviously a huge part of what we do on this channel, and like not to float my own boat, but I'm pretty knowledgeable about like politics and stuff like that, which is part of what we're kind of doing when we're talking about games here. But I think that my background is kind of in media studies and textual analysis and in political organizing, so my engagement with the games is often on the level of like interpreting them as like textual objects, and I could really do with improving my knowledge about games on a more technical level, like on the accessibility level, for sure. I do kind of I'm trying to do a better job of kind of like understanding more about, I guess, like the processes of production in the games industry, which I do think are very important for like textual analysis, because obviously like, you know, art is created within a context, and that's part of how you analyze the art, and I do often try to bring that into my analysis. But I think what I have realized along the way is that the games industry is like a pretty complex beast, and I think that, you know, I know a decent amount about kind of like novel publishing, film and television production, but I think that game production is like a whole other beast. The more you start to learn about it, the more you're kind of like, wow, this is like very complex, and I think it's very difficult for people who are not in the industry to totally understand. Like, I do know people who are in the industry, and I think partly through that I've been able to kind of like learn more, but it's an incredibly complex thing for sure. This game is effectively outsider art too. Yeah, it's interesting. I mentioned this in a previous stream, but I recently watched the People Make Games documentary about what's been going on with Zone, and that's certainly an interesting story. There's a lot to learn from it, I think. Okay, sorry, let's continue this conversation. What are you hauling?
Diamonds.
Diamonds? Really?
Of course not. But wouldn't it be marvelous if I was?
Okay, what are you really hauling?
Whatever stupid things they put in the lorry, I imagine.
So you don't know what you're hauling in your own lorry?
I quit concerning myself with that a long time ago. Besides, I don't drive the lorry for the cargo, if you know what I mean.
She says that as if something narcotic is the real reason.
Right. What if the cargo is contraband?
Then it's contraband, lawman. What? Do you want to take an old woman in? Be my guest. Lock me away like Bad Hand Hermenegildo.
Bad Hand Hermenegildos' bad hand strangled 300 people. What can I say? Some people just really like strangling people.
I guess so. I still don't really understand this whole boyadero thing.
Of course not. To truly understand the boyadero, you need to listen to On the Western Plain.
Okay, what's that?
It's an old ballad about a young girl who falls in love with a daring boyadero. He promises to marry her as soon as he returns from the Western Plain.
I'm guessing that doesn't happen.
Of course not. The boyadero returns from the Western Plain a changed man. One night, as he and his beloved are out walking along the river Maigret, she pleads with him to give up his riding and settle down.
I think I see where this is going.
So the boyadero strangles his beloved and throws her body in the Maigret. Then he rides off, because the Western Plain is
That is not where I thought that was going.
You have to understand. A true boyadero needs a whole horizon to himself. He can't be tied down by man or woman. His beloved was selfish. She didn't know what it meant to love a boyadero.
I'm sorry, but I kind of think that philosophy of individual freedom leading to unnecessary interpersonal violence because you feel that your individual freedom is at risk by the idea of being connected to or responsible for another person is kind of crazy. So, I don't know what this is all about, but it feels like something I don't agree with.
What if to truly love a boyadero is to float lifeless downstream?
What? Okay, well, nobody should have to sacrifice themselves to love somebody else in such a profound way. Like sacrifice their life or sacrifice their very being in such a way. Okay, it's interesting. This idea of a boyadero, I think, is reminding me or is feeling very evocative of like a cowboy archetype, like a lone wanderer who seeks adventure and to expand the frontier, yada yada yada, which is obviously like a very colonial archetype and an individualist archetype and a very masculinist archetype as well. Oh my gosh, okay, Lesbian Pain says it's Portuguese for cowboy. Well, there we go. It's all coming together. Yeah, I mean, that kind of like masculine, individualist, like colonial idea of the cowboy is very wrapped up in American imperialism and American capitalism, I think. So I guess that kind of like reflecting on the conversation with Manana, I'm like, how are you... I guess part of the reason why I was confused, right, is a lot of people think that communism isn't compatible with personal freedom, which is like a huge like misunderstanding of communism, and also is like an integral part of anti-communist propaganda, that narrative that it's not compatible with individual freedom. I think that, you know, individual freedoms are a very important part of communism, but it's you know, about collective freedom first and foremost. Within that collective freedom is individual freedom, obviously, right? But anyway, like the idea, yeah, so I guess that what I was saying earlier is that I was getting the sense that Manana Maniana's philosophy is that individual freedom is like the ultimate good, and that it overrides the collective good, which I think is a terrible point of view and I fundamentally disagree with. And I think it's kind of represented very starkly in that story that we've just been told, because the idea that like this man is so intent on his like individual freedom, whatever that means, that he feels like someone who loves him is trying to tie him down, and so he literally kills her in cold blood. I think that that's something that really represents how like violent that kind of a philosophy is. And I think that for Manana, I think that he probably needs to do a little critical think about his position on that one, because I don't know. But it's quite interesting that he would align with being a boyadero more than he would align with being a communist, because I guess that Evrard, like we talked about in a previous stream, is also very much like, he says that he's a communist, or at least I think he describes himself as like a democratic socialist, which is hilarious. But he's just kind of trying to like do a power grab for himself, so he's basically like replicating the logics of capitalism, and that's what this idea of a boyadero seems to do. I mean, these are very much like capitalistic and colonial ideas. Mesk is a bit like Mexican and Brazilian, as in the place Mesk has the vibe of like Mexico and Brazil a little bit. I assume because of Portuguese. USA. Sorry, I'm just trying to kind of make out your meaning, lesbian pain. So, I mean, I guess that you could see that as like, for example, you know, the state of California used to be part of Mexico, and I think that the culture of that place and the place names and so on are sort of indicative of that, like, cultural crossover. You know, lots of Spanish name places and things like that. Also makes me think of the image of the cowboy a lot, so I think that's the kind of place that I'm envisioning. But yeah, if Portuguese as a language is being used, then that's brings other things into it as well. Large planes, cowboys, big movie stars. Yeah, that's definitely like a California vibe, I feel, in that case. Interesting. Yeah, I didn't mean to do that, but here we are. Before I came, you seemed away.
She's just a distracted old woman. We should maybe let her get back to her things.
So he doesn't think she's a smuggler.
You heard that, Loman? I don't think your partner likes you spending too much time with me.
Why is that, Lieutenant?
Nothing. I just don't think she's connected to anything.
He's worried, but not for her. For you. What is it about this woman? If she's not connected to anything.
Should you drive a lorry if you get like that?
Oh, don't worry about me. I'm one of the best camioners around. I drive routes no one else will.
What routes?
Lomonosov's Utachnaya Zemlya, the Western Plain.
She nods and closes her eyes again, letting her mind submerge.
A terrible cold comes over her, rattling her teeth as she stares inward.
The Transcatolia Magistral. You for 1A. Adestradas du Mirador. All the good ones. The deep trenches. Where the bluebirds fly.
I'm something of an expert in blacking out. You should take better care of yourself.
You're right, Loman. I'm the one who should take my health more seriously. Thank you for looking out for me.
A correct appraisal. You're quite shabby.
Is that all you woke me up to say?
You seem like a woman who knows a thing or two about drugs.
What do I need drugs for, Loman? What I say? what I feel. The great adversary. No drugs can compare.
The adversary?
Yes. There is a protagonista and an adversario. I am on the side of the adversary. There's no coming back from that hole.
Those epithets are familiar somehow. The great adversary, the great unrest. I don't like the sound of any of that. Sounds like a horrible drug. The worst one of them all.
It's not really what I was getting at.
Then what were you getting at?
This line of questioning is going nowhere. Try harder.
What is it that you're hauling exactly?
Your man, low man. What of it?
Okay, let me put this another way. Are you smuggling drugs through Terminal B?
Maybe. Probably not. Makes no difference to me either way.
You said earlier you don't know what cargo you're hauling. Could it be drugs?
Just this month, I made half a dozen trips from Saramiriza to Grad on the U41A. What do you think they take from Saramiriza to Grad, Lowman?
Drugs?
No, Lowman. Diamonds.
If you had to guess, who do you think is smuggling drugs around here?
Easy. He's the skinny man who thinks he's a poet. Never trust a poet. Also, he's the only one I can see from here.
That's correct. There is no visibility of any of the others.
I didn't ask you about diamonds, did I? I don't care about that.
Diamonds are good for you, Lowman. You should try them sometime. Make yourself pretty like Eva de Zoras.
Okay, if you're not involved with the drug trafficking, then why are you still waiting here?
Where do you want me to go? This isn't so bad. I can listen to music, or the seagulls. Look at all the colors and the futures of this world. It's a good palate cleanser, this jamboree. Or I can just relax and let my mind carry me back where it will, to the Great Plains.
I think we're done here, no?
Show me the soles of your boots.
Now what do you want with an old woman's boots, Sheriff?
It's for important police business, ma'am.
I'm starting to think you should let me get back to Gabriel Buenguerro. You are no Gabriel.
She's wearing sturdy worker's boots, made of black leather. Buckles run across. The sole is also made of leather.
Now the other one, please.
Just before Gabriel, it was the coronation of Franco Negro. Now, there was a real man.
There is no aberration in the pattern you can see. She puts her foot down.
Moreover, the boots were size 37. Tiny. There are too many discrepancies in all this.
Then says, never really associated California without cowboys. The whole modern beach spot and influencer fashion style is so integrated in a lot of people's heads. Yeah, it is. I know that California has that association, but I feel like the whole, like, you know, California, Nevada, Arizona, like, area is something that I, very much associate with cowboys. Like, very much so. And I think that that's, like, still true, but, like, perhaps was more true historically than it is today. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's a big place. There's a lot of things going on there. But particularly in terms of, like, the cultural crossover, which is that California used to be Mexico and therefore has a lot of kind of, like, cultural elements that kind of are and you know has a large kind of Mexican population still that are kind of United States culture and also kind of like remnants of Mexican culture. Okay. What do you mean it was the coronation of Franco Negro?
It was. And then it was no more. And I was no longer holding my father's hand. He was no longer descending the stairs in Ryle. The crowd had gone silent. Perhaps it was another Jerife who came and woke me up, looking at my boots, asking questions. Or Perhaps was one of the others in this carnival. I don't remember.
As she says carnival, she gestures to the empty square with the statue and the machines.
She is not old soul. These are not the boots that made the prince.
I could have told you that from just looking at them. The size is 37.
The feet of a little girl. They fit well on the pedals.
Thank you for now.
Yes, go. Enough jamboree. I need to get back to Mesky.
Okay, there's no way of checking what's in her lorry, is there? Probably would need a warrant for that. But it is true that the only... Well, there's the racist lorry driver. Maybe I can talk to him.
Looking for something, Hunt? Come to tell me to fuck off again?
You could push him by asking him to show you the soles of his boots. He definitely looks like someone capable of a legion.
I found this mug in the trash. Yours?
Oh man, that's great. Look at that guy go. Haven't seen anything that funny in a while.
Is it yours?
God damn. Thanks for that, but no, it's not mine.
He doesn't live in Martinez.
Let me see the soles of your boots.
Been admiring the stompers, Hunt? For sure, I can demonstrate them.
On the bottom of the man's boots, you see an intricate tangle of treads with no immediately discernible pattern. The wind howls over the bay of Revachol, a cascade of cold air flowing through the tangled city streets.
Is that a map of Revachol?
It sure is.
Where did you get boots like that?
Custom made. Cost me a pretty penny.
But why?
You'll see when the time comes, officer. True patriots carry Revachol in their very souls.
Technically, you're stomping on Revachol every step you take.
I know you people don't understand poetry.
You're a lorry man, right? What's your stance on drugs?
Drugs? They're shit, man. I don't let anything pollute my
He
body.
takes a long track on his cigarette. Why not?
You know where that shit comes from? Sara, Miriza, Safre, Ilmara. They take the money from our local junkies here and then use it to outcompete us in the manufacturing sector. They know they can't beat us in a fair fight, so they have to get us to weaken ourselves somehow. It's racial sabotage, racial economic sabotage.
Wow, that's so stupid. So I take it you're not smuggling drugs out of Martinez.
Not in, not out. I'll never betray the purity of my
Okay, you fucking weirdo. I don't need to get all...
So you're telling us that you don't know
Weird
anything
about it.
about drug smuggling through Terminal B?
I don't know shit. And if I did, I wouldn't tell you.
Then what are you still hanging around here for? Most other camiones have left.
What do you think? I can't leave the lorry unguarded. Stuff's been getting looted lately. It's those little kips sneaking around at night. If they touch my stuff, the bosses will be on my ass like ass cancer.
There was a bunch of spilled boxes in the back of a big lorry nearby.
I did see one lorry with the trailer doors open on my way here. Do you know what happened?
Yeah, I knew that guy. He was an honest driver who loved this country. We were having a good debate about genetics at the Wheeling in Rags when some kip boys smashed his lock and took damn near everything. Lost his fucking job over it. Since he left, I haven't had anyone to talk to.
Serves him right.
It's a fucking travesty is what it is.
If it's not you, then who's running drugs through Terminal B?
Isn't it obvious? Fucking Sealang, that beady-eyed South Samaran. His little side business is a scam. I wouldn't be surprised if he was peddling drugs as well.
Right, you're sure it's him and not, say, a lady driver?
Sure, I'm sure. His tribe are natural liars. It's in their blood.
No, it's Ruby running this ring, like Titus alluded to. But play along for now. Find out what everyone knows first. Sealing is your next lead.
Guess we need to pay Sealang a visit then.
Guess so.
Okay. So we are looking for another lorry driver around here. There's the guy down here selling stuff, but I'm not sure that he's a lorry driver.
Everything's still cool here, officer.
This is the guy that the racist lorry driver was talking about, though. So let's see. Where are you from, Sealang?
Me? It's a boring story, officer. Who cares about the past? I'm all business now. All Revachol.
But you're not local, are you?
Very sharp, officer. I'm Serais, from the Sigai province of the Serais Empire. The apricot suzerainty, you know?
Apricot suzerainty calls to mind an era when the Sigai archipelago was colonized by Revachol. It's a bit of a slur, in other words.
Isn't that name kind of insensitive?
Very cool. I admire your awareness of our intertwined histories. It's super nice of you to apologize for colonialism. But the apricot suzerainty is a shithole. That's why I left.
Right, but isn't it only a shithole because of Revachol?
If you say so, officer. I don't worry too much about politics. I'm an entrepreneur, you know. Whatever's good for business is good for me.
Yeah, I mean, it would be good to have a political awareness of the fact that your home country was de-developed because of colonial powers. But, you know, that's okay. Maybe read How Europe Underdeveloped Africa by Walter Rodney. But let's move on. Sealang, what's your stance on drugs?
Drugs? I don't go in for that, officer. Drugs ruin lives. Unless you're into drugs, of course. In which case, drugs are excellent. Mwah! Tasty, tasty drugs.
I do want to know who voiced this guy. Because I'm kind of, I don't know, I've got feelings about the way that he's voiced in a way that kind of feels like that exaggerated caricature of like the South Asian, like, corner shop guy, you know? We're looking for a lorry driver who is transporting drugs out of the harbor. He or she is in this traffic jam. Or they. Come on, Harry.
That's so cool. You investigating the local drug trade like some cool narc? But I am not a lorry driver. I am just a street vendor. I don't know anything about that.
But you are a lorry man. Another driver has identified you and your lorry.
Who said that? It's the fat racist, right? I bet it's him. He has an agenda against me because I'm an immigrant who works harder than he does. He's a hater.
I mean, I can believe it.
So you admit you're a lorry driver?
No, I just said I work harder and he's an asshole. I'm... okay. Maybe I'm a lorry driver too. A little. But that's not the most important thing about me. That's my day job. This is my dream.
So you forgot to tell me?
Exactly. It's such a small part of my life. It's in the rear view mirror now. I'm climbing out of that hole with ingenuity.
Stop squirming. What do you know about the drug operation at the harbor?
Nothing. I told you. I'm not a dumb guy. I don't get involved with that crowd.
And what crowd is that?
Lesbian Payne says the VA's name is Lucky Singh Azad. Okay, which at least implies that it's a South Asian actor, so it's not like a person not from that background, like putting on like a voice and doing like a racial caricature.
Crowd, you know, the drug crowd?
No, he wasn't talking about an abstract crowd. It was that crowd. He doesn't want to talk about them. He's afraid.
Who are you afraid of, Silang?
Look, there's bad people doing bad things here. That's all I know. Please don't get me into this mess. I've spent 15 years working my way up.
Here we go. There's a tiny bit of truth on the table. Zoom in on it.
If you don't want to get into this mess, you have to give us a reason to move on.
It's a she, okay? The other drivers call her the lady driver. You're better off staying away from her. The way they talk about her, she's no lady.
There you go. A witness with corroborating evidence is Ruby.
Who are these other drivers who talk?
All of them. I don't know. I told you all I know. Are we cool now? I really want us to be cool now.
Who exactly is talking about this lady driver of yours? The racist or the other one with the tattoos?
All of them. Even the ones who've left. I don't hang out with them. I don't remember who has tattoos.
Is the lady driver the old woman back there? Dazed out, strange?
I don't know. Maybe. If she is, I haven't gone near her. I don't get involved. I told you.
No, it's still Ruby. Interesting that he doesn't seem aware of her existence, though.
Could her name be Ruby by any chance?
I don't know. I told you. I don't know her name.
Okay, we're cool now.
All right. I scored. Let's cap this off with a purchase. You can walk away from here with funky sunglasses, detectives. Both of you. You deserve it.
I'm not gonna ask him for money. I think he's in a tight spot.
Stuck in the rain in a traffic jam, man. What's on your mind?
I heard that one of the drivers is a woman, but I don't think she's here. Do you know this lady driver?
I don't want to talk about that.
This guy knows Ruby, no doubt. Just play dumb for now. Get everything out of him you can.
I don't mean to pry, but I need your help. She may be involved with the drug business.
Man, I was hoping it isn't going to be her. All I can say is, she isn't around here anymore. She isn't some evil drug trafficker. And I don't know where she is.
Who is this person? What's her name?
Thank God I don't know. People here call her the lady driver. She kept her name a secret. From me too. Now I see why.
Who is she to you?
A friend? An acquaintance. I don't know. She was the only person in this damn jam I could talk to. She's someone I don't want to rat out to the law, okay?
What does she look like?
A youngish woman. Gruff, but in a cool way.
What color hair?
Blue and violet. Dyed. It was violet when she got here. Blue before she went.
Then she may have dyed it again. Maybe she dyed it red. Titus said Ruby's hair is red.
I asked you who's conducting the drug trade. You said you didn't know. Now you're saying you do.
I didn't, man. I told you I was hoping it's not her. That she wouldn't be mixed up in it.
He still is. Hoping. It's just wishful thinking on his part. Not trickery. Bah. Emotional rhetoric. He knew something and he didn't share it with you. That's a fact.
When did she leave?
Damn, I don't want to... Please just let it go. Whatever she did, it can't be that bad. She's not a bad person, I know that much.
We can't just let it go. It's part of a police investigation.
That's how it always is with you, isn't it? All part of the investigation. The girl's troubled. If you hunt her down, she may not survive it. I can't have that on my conscience.
It won't come to that. We won't pursue her on this. This is information only.
I don't believe you.
You said she's troubled. How?
She's got the darkness in her. That young person's darkness when you think it's all over. And you're looking for a way out.
She shared this with you?
Yes. Which is why I don't want to snitch on her.
I was told everyone's afraid of her. You're not?
I heard the rumors. I saw the other drivers looking at me strange when we talked. And she told me, too, that she's had a violent life. But I wasn't afraid of her. More like for her.
Did this violent life include drug trafficking?
Well, it looks like it did now. But we didn't talk about that. We talked about life, you know? She talked about her mind.
Her mind?
The way it worked. The trouble it was giving her.
When she left, did she leave her lorry behind?
Fuck, man. Go grill someone else with these questions, okay? There are plenty of drivers here who couldn't stand her, or were afraid of her. They'd be more than happy to rat her out.
He's right. There are other options. The raceman, for one. The grey-haired woman. Maybe she knows something. Wait, this guy says they're friends, then acquaintances. And he's okay with others ratting her out. Push Tommy and it will break his heart and his spirit. Don't expect you to be pals. Now is not the time to focus on feelings. You need that info, son.
So you're alright with others ratting her out. You just don't want to get your hands dirty.
Fine. I don't want to be a butcher. And I don't want to be a knight either. I just want to be a person who can sleep at night. A little fame wouldn't hurt too.
Wow. Fine.
Thank you, friend. Wow. This
Well, I don't know if you should be able, like, if you think it's morally wrong to rat her out, then I don't think that you should feel okay about just pointing me towards other people who can rat her out. It's still kind of on you.
Lowman, you caught me at an opportune moment. This awful weather keeps me awake. You can entertain me with your questions.
I'm looking for Ruby, the lady driver. Know anything about her?
Did you just call me a lady, Herife?
If you want to know more about Ruby, this is a dead end. She's only heard the word lady and latched onto it. You can push on if you're interested in that.
Well, aren't you a lady?
The woman's malevolent cackling fills the roundabout.
I'm a lady like you are, Gabriel Buenguerro. Only in dreams. I'm terrifying to small children. And to those who used to know me.
Why are you scary to the people who used to know you?
Because they can no longer recognize the person I once was. Oh, Sim.
Something in her is pulling towards some unknown rest state. She twitches, like a sleep kick.
Looking for something, Rod? Come to tell me to fuck off again?
I know you've been giving me the runaround. Where's the lady driver?
I don't know what you're talking about.
First, you knew Sileng didn't do it.
He did something. He stole his employer's goods and another lorryman's job. You should be thankful for the tip.
He's been expecting this. He's really puffed himself up.
Then why are you smirking?
Listen up, fuckwits. You don't scare me. You cops don't run Revachol West. You don't run Martinez. You don't run anything.
So who does? The lady driver?
No. He means La Puta Madre.
The name resounds like a bell in the air. A dark gong. You get a bad feeling about it. Looks like the lieutenant has a plan. Let him do this.
Yeah, him.
Cross your arms and nod, I guess?
Then I presume you are familiar with his peonies.
Yeah, they're his little bitches. He's got them all over the unions.
Not just the unions. He has peonies everywhere. Some say he even has them in the RCM. Dirty fucking peonies who'd do anything for him. Multi-ethnic drug addicts.
You're not peonies. You wouldn't be investigating a drug thing if you were.
No, of course not. We are not peonies. But if we were, and one of Madre's drivers were to be stealing from him, then it's a good peony's job to find out who that is. It's not a hard job. It won't take a long time. It won't make Madre angry. But a stupid fucking racist is standing in the way, protecting this fucking thief.
I'm not scared of you or the mob. I'm under the protection of the Lorrymen and Carters Guild.
You've seen that corpse in the ceramic armor there. Did his shitty little guild protect him?
Nah, you wouldn't just leave him out there if you...
He tries to light a fresh cigarette, but his hands are shaking now. The sentence simply ends.
The lieutenant turns and gives you a barely perceptible nod. I softened him up as best I could. Now it's on you to finish the job. Be careful. This man's still got some fight in him, by the looks of it. It won't be easy to break him.
Don't think I have any half-light thingy-majiggies. The thing about this is that I'm guessing that I won't be able to complete this quest actually until I find Ruby, interestingly. What was I looking for? Yes, clothes. I don't think I have any that will improve my half-light.
Looking for something, Aunt? Come to tell me to fuck off again?
Make him tell you what he knows.
The main thing is to not overdo it, even when you're trying to scare someone. The most important thing is, how does it look on your resume?
Why don't you and me step outside for a little talk?
What? What do you think we're doing right now, Runt? We're outside, talking.
Damn it, I meant, do you want to find someplace private to... No, shit.
There's some kind of homo thing?
No, of course not. Just tell me what you know.
Make me, Runt.
Let's just go and ask Tommy, alright? We are wasting our time here.
Well, that went terribly. Gonna max out physical instrument to try the oh, hold on, actually. I forgot that it's saved just there, so I can try it a couple of other times.
Looking for something, Aunt? Come to tell me to...
The main thing...
Let's give it a couple of goes. See if I can...
Looking for something, Aunt? Come to tell me to fuck off.
The main thing is to not overdo it.
See if I can figure my way out of this.
Looking for something, Hunt? Come to tell me to...
The main thing is to not overdo it.
Okay. Well, it is what it is. Yeah, let me max out my physical instrument to try and get the roof door again before I go back to the lorry driver. I keep forgetting that it's not that way.
The same small, heavy door. No lock in sight.
Actually, don't even think that maxing out physical instrument has helped with this. So I might load. Because I just want to see, actually. If that made a difference or not. If it doesn't make a difference, then I might want to put that point into conceptualization.
The same small, heavy door. No lock in sight.
Okay, so I do have to put points into physical instrument to... unlock it, but I'm just trying to decide if I want to do that or I want to save the points for conceptualization. Yeah, fuck it, let's try it.
The same small, heavy door. No lock in sight.
Nice! Did that work?
This time, something cracks inside. It is an unbelievably satisfying sound,
Nice.
The young woman nods.
filling you with a belief in your own body.
Well, sounds like this time the property damage was at least resolutive. Would it hurt to look in?
Let's see. Nice.
Bent metal, broken glass. Your path lies strewn with the broken forms of everyday objects. You are the destroyer, the bane of inanimate matter.
No, I'm just a disempowered individual trying to take my disempowerment out on everyday objects.
Look, there's a discarded milk carton on the floor. Why don't you destroy that, too?
No, I actually feel sorry for the things I've destroyed. I'm sorry, milk carton.
You're right. That's definitely not the behavior of a destroyer at all. That's just severe anger management problems and a disregard for property rights.
I mean, I don't know if I care about property rights, but I don't want to just wreck things for no reason. I want to have a good reason to wreck things. There's a tiny hole in the wall. You see a bedroom on the other side.
You can almost see the shape of a man and a woman writhing inside, bathed in drug sweat and dirty linens. Bottles lie around everywhere.
I think I can see into Clausia's bedroom from here.
You can barely see through. Better not to jump to sensationalist conclusions here. The footprints on the floor, however, definitely suspicious.
Boring footprints. I want to jump to sensationalist conclusions.
What were those people doing in there?
You lean closer to the peephole instinctively. I bet they're doing something quite unnatural. They're sensationally unnatural.
I think probably just standard heterosexual sex.
You clearly see footprints in the downy carpet of dust covering the workshop floor.
Jackpot. These, unlike everything else here, are new.
Someone's been here within the last week or two.
3 weeks maximum, from the dust coverage. It could easily have been 1 week too. You know, officer.
He looks at you.
This is good. He likes it. There's a little smile there, in the dark of the workshop.
It was a stereo investigation after all. It has now converged with our main investigation, adding a new fact to consider.
Okay, what does this mean?
It means someone snuck through what seemed like a secret route, leading to the roof, from where you can shoot our victim. This is significant.
See, Kim? Having a sense of adventure and whimsy and wanting to do side quests pays off after all.
This prince, officer, could be the prince of our killer.
Let's have a closer look then.
Large prints, most likely made by boots. The size is hard to determine. Sole could be bigger than vamp. The soles have left the pattern, uniform, horizontal lines.
This print doesn't look like the odd-soled print we found at the hanging.
The size looks about the same, actually. They are not the same shoe, but they could be the same person.
This doesn't look like the worker's boots from the hanging, does it?
No. These little horizontal lines are different. They look custom-made to me. Or some kind of foreign print. Hard to say. Still a boot, though.
Everything around you is quiet. The prints crisscross the workshop floor.
Pinball machine has been taken apart and gutted. Schematics for a pinball machine, futurism themed. Wow, another jacket. Pinball maker's coat. Kim, you're in my way. Oh, this is looking to be a very communist outfit. Even if my tear bag is phasing through. Yeah, this is quite a communist outfit. If only I could wear that scarf, but I need to be wearing my horrific necktie. Sigh, I am a slave to horrific necktie. I'm really feeling this. We're slaying. We're slaying. Comrade Harry just needs to leave the police force now. Boxes of tools and replacement parts line the shelves. Small windows taped shut with black plastic. You can't see outside.
This seems to be some kind of workshop. for fixing up pinball machines a long time ago. Everything is covered with dust now.
Why would this be, like, randomly hidden in a hotel?
The lieutenant looks around the dusty, crowded room, inspecting the tools on the shelf.
This used to be a pinball workshop.
Looks like it. I'm guessing Martinez North 22 used to be a pinball arcade before it became a hostel. There are machines left over.
A creak. Some dust falls off a shelf.
Downstairs in the hall, next to the main door. One of them even works. I've seen one of the Harties bang away at it.
Right? I guess that makes sense, yeah.
Remember the dice maker? Then that means...
Whirling in Rags was once the East Delta Pinball Arcade. This is all left over from that. Oh, right, yeah, so it used to be part of the doomed commercial district, didn't it?
Ah, yes, as the novelty dice makers said. This has absolutely nothing to do with the case, I'm sure. But I do like a nice little connection.
But then it went bankrupt. Your skin crawls from making the connection.
Doesn't look like that pinball machine will ever get fixed.
At some point, 20 years ago, 15 maybe, before pinball went out of vogue.
Could this mean the Whirling in Rags really is part of the doomed commercial area?
If that's true, then our cafeteria manager is not going to like it. We should tell him what we found up here, omitting that suspicion. He does not appear to be the kind of man who likes his establishment to be part of a neighborhood ghost story about bankruptcy.
Stupid superstition. But still, it would be interesting to see what the cafeteria manager thinks of this. It's not a ghost story. It's a curse, and God ought to be made knowledgeable so he can perform counterspells.
It's only fair to give him the opportunity to perform counterspells. Let's go through here. The pinball is white Diora. The back glass shows a female figure in mourning. A note, NB, the spare key is tied to the bush outside the corner room window.
Over there, in the corner.
The pinball machine?
Not just any pinball machine. This is the pinnacle of pinball. Cornelius Gordy and the Mountain Goats. It's lit. You can't wait to get your hands on it.
Kim, are you seeing what I'm seeing?
The pinball machine. Gordy's Goats. A classic.
You've played it?
A little.
Feels like a lot. Too much to play it again.
Let's take a closer look.
Ah, great.
Cornelius Gordy and the Mountain Goats reads the golden lettering on top of the back box. There's a small column of text underneath. The machine is coin operated. Get the game on, finger boy. Those flippers are ready.
Lean closer to read the text.
Above the painting of a moustached man climbing a hill, a column reads, inspired by the legend of Cornelius Gordy, taken on the world's tallest peak, Corpus Windy. The Mesk legend holds that when the nation is in danger, heroic Gordy shall return and save his people.
Inspect the playing field.
The theme of the game is to explore Gordy's climb through the perspective of goats and to ascend to the top of the mountain in a time of trouble. The peak of the mountain is at the top of the playfield. All the balls have small goat icons on them and represent the goats as they race up and down the mountain. Areas around the playfield represents Gordy's climb, places he was said to have camped, which the goats can discover. Get them to the summit.
What's with all the goats?
Indeed. Think of them as balls.
Go on then.
It takes a while to get into a rhythm, but pretty soon you're able to keep 3 goat-faced balls in play with relative ease. Go, go, finger boy.
I feel sorry for the gods. If they only knew the kind of guy old Cornelius really was.
What kind of guy was he then?
The kind of a guy who uses the word savages a lot when recounting his travels. A masked nationalist.
A racist mountaineer?
An avid huntsman too. He was often photographed in his dining hall, surrounded by wall-mounted hunting trophies from every continent.
That is not cool.
He also hit his wife and kids. Other people's kids too. Sometimes pets. Hateful little man.
But you seem to be having fun.
I'm pretty good at this.
Your game is definitely improving. The jolly goats are flying all over the board, and although a few plummet to their deaths, you're never left with less than 3. Suddenly, a special passage leading to the summit slides open at the top of the board. This is where the balls need to go.
Concentrate and aim for the narrow passage.
Maneuvering a goat ball into a position for a perfect hit isn't easy. More fall to their deaths. But finally, the opportunity presents itself. One of them gets through. Tiny hammer shatters something inside the machine. Something glass. The words "pale rupture" light up on the speaker panel, and the machine starts filling with a thick, milky fog. Something's happening.
Congratulations. This is where the game ends. It's a cheap way of getting more money out of the players. A stupid, nihilistic finale.
There's so much fog, you can barely see anything. Some is actually leaking out of the machine, and one by one, your goats start slipping, disappearing into the milky nothingness. This can be navigated. The balls leave almost imperceptible disruptions in the fog. Use them to calculate where they hit next. You're down to your last goat, going mostly by sound. Eyes are useless at this point, but that goat is something special. 5 times you snatch him back from the jaws of death. You're in a perfectly balanced system, where neither you nor the pal is able to get the upper hand. This could go on forever.
My reaction speed is not good enough for this, so I don't think it's gonna go very well. But, fuck it, let's try.
How, if you can't even see it? The last goat plummets into the fog with almost suicidal glee. It killed itself to spite you. There goes nothing, finger boy.
Rip.
You see a heavy steel door with a prominent dimple lock. It's painted blue.
This door is connected to the one upstairs, but how do we get through?
There must be a key somewhere. Probably somewhere in the whirling. It's not too important. We can get in and out using the roof door.
Hold on, that note said something about where the key was, right?
This small elevator is dimly lit by a bulb that's been glowing for ages. The latticed cage is open, inviting you to step inside. Smells
Okay.
of nougat and sweat. Your head brushes up against the ceiling. There is a control panel to your right, and just enough room for 2 people to fit in. The maintenance card under the control panel reads, Last maintenance, 10th July, 88. This elevator must have been used to transport pinball machines to and from the upstairs workshop.
Hi, Lolin. Hope you're doing good. What's happened this stream is that, I realized that I had never actually taken the drug trafficking quest from Joyce, so I did that, and I've been investigating that. I've just managed to finally get the roof door of the Whirling and Rags open, and I'm investigating the secret passage. And I think that's mostly been it. Look at the elevator controls.
There are large rectangular buttons, monter, descente, and an international call for emergency assistance. That third one appears to be broken.
Says the last maintenance was in 88.
That it does. I say, let's brave it.
This elevator was last maintained in 88. That was a long time ago.
At the end of the last century. Look on the bright side. If it fails, we will only sustain minor injuries. I'm talking 3, maybe 4 months in the hospital. Maximum 5.
It appears his whole enthusiasm is sarcastic.
So it was mostly pinball machines riding this elevator.
Seems so, although it's pretty quaint for a freight elevator.
He taps on the guttering light bulb. It's golden in the dark. Okay, I forgot where the note said the key to the blue door is, but I'm sure we'll find it.
The elevator stands open.
Something about a bush, I think.
Officer, what brings you up here in the red?
Don't think we have anything more to talk about at the moment, Clausia. Oh. There we go. Oh, I think I also talked to Manana about communism and boyaderos. The question yet to be totally answered is the whirling rags a part of the doomed commercial area? Talk to Guard about this and see what he thinks. Yeah, we got the information about Steban's secret meeting, but that's not till 10 p.m, so...
Ah, smallest church in Saint-Saëns, right?
The cafeteria manager is waiting for you to acknowledge that he recognized the song. Yeah, the church is actually my past.
Cool. Now, what can I do for you? Got the 20 real? Then why are you wasting my... Another thing. Great. I love those.
Gart, I saw a sign that said I couldn't go into the kitchen. Why can't I go into the kitchen?
What are you, a cook now? That's none of your business.
There may be something pertinent to the investigation in the kitchen.
He wasn't pan-fried. He was lynched. What could the kitchen possibly have to do with... Fine, okay. The kitchen is closed until 1 p.m. because the cook is working. You can snoop around after that, if you must.
Guard, what if I told you I got into the back room behind the blue steel door?
Oh, okay. Well, I did hear you make noise back there, so good for you.
He's really, really holding himself back here. It takes a lot of willpower not to ask. Obviously, he's been wanting to know what's behind the door.
Aren't you going to ask me what's back there?
Okay, what is back there?
Pinball machines. A pinball workshop.
Ha! I knew it. I've always wondered where those machines by the door came from. And they told me there was some kind of pinball thing here too. I knew it. Were there any back there? In working order, I mean.
Why? Do you want to play? Because I might be up for a game.
No, I was just wondering if you found pinball machines there.
Thinking of turning this place back into a pinball arcade?
No, but we could diversify the entertainment options, seeing as you've opened the door back there. Well, the machine we have in the corner now is broken. It wouldn't hurt to get a little life in here, other than the hellish karaoke machine. That one's always causing trouble.
Yeah, those numbers he's adding up must be making good sense to him right now. Sounds like he cares about the place. He's not going to be overjoyed to hear that it's part of the doomed commercial area. He should still know. You have to be forewarned about these things.
I have to warn you, I may have discovered that the whirling is part of the doomed commercial area.
What? Why would you say that? We're at a completely different address from that whole thing.
So he knows of the doomed commercial area and its address.
So you know of
He's
the
thought about
curse.
this.
Everyone knows of it.
The Whirling is listed on the intercom outside as one of the businesses in Building B. You should get your wiring fixed. I tried to call and couldn't reach you.
I've been working here for a long time, and that intercom has never been used by the Whirling.
Not once? Isn't that already a sign of decline?
It's a sign of the Whirling in Rags not being part of the doomed commercial area. If anything, we're revitalizing this neighborhood.
Relax, Mr. Gart. I'm sure there is no doom. He simply wants to share his discoveries with you.
The Whirling was once the East Delta Pinball Arcade before it failed. I can say either it's only a matter of time before the Whirling fails too, or though perhaps the Whirling will escape the curse. I don't want to be too negative. Maybe the Whirling will escape the curse. I don't know.
Does this look like part of a doomed commercial area? This pre-revolutionary tilework, these high ceilings, the nice rooms, well, most of the rooms. For 14 years, man. That's how long I've worked here. I've kept this place up through hail and through sleet. Fuck me, some doom ghost.
He's done a fine job too. Though he's spoken of the place dismissively before, the hostel is actually very important to him.
You really care about the Whirling, huh?
Yeah. It's slowly growing on me again. It's beautiful in its own way. Especially for this neighborhood. I've been trying to keep it that way. Even if it is part of the damn doomed commercial area.
So you finally admit it?
Yes, your police skills have delivered. I'm sure you'll get a commendation. Maybe even a promotion.
Who owns this place?
Some real estate management company. They never come around here, just collect money from afar. Honestly, I think some money laundering might be involved.
There is an acrimonious note. It's clear he's doing the real work around here.
Who named it Whirling in Rags?
Well, it sure as hell wasn't the real estate company.
It was you?
You look surprised. What? It's a great name, I know. Cafeteria managers come up with great names too. It's from a song.
A song?
Hail, Holy Queen, by the Ateneers. Hail, Holy Queen of the Sea. You're whirling in rags, you're vast and you're sad.
Good pick.
What about those other cafeterias you manage?
What about them? One is a basement dive frequented by chain-smoking communists. I can't tell you how sick I am of Kraz Mazov and Ignis Nielsen and all those old ghosts.
He's hesitating, not sure if he should share this information with you. Encourage him.
And the others?
The other is a kebab cart. It's very successful in its way, but it's nothing like the Whirling.
Well, good luck to you then.
Luck has got nothing to do with it. I need to think about where I'm going to place those pinballs. I have a feeling they're going to help.
Against the doom, it's implied.
So, if you didn't have anything else to tell me about my establishment, can we, wrap it up?
There's a peephole in the wall.
What wall?
Upstairs in the secret back room, right next to Clausia's bedroom. I found it where I found the pinball machines.
I'll have it fixed at once. Thank you for letting me know. I assure you, the Whirling does not abide spying on its guests.
The colour has drained from his face. What a shame to fix such a good peephole.
Are you sure you haven't been spying on your guests?
Absolutely not. Fuck you for even implying it. Wasn't me. It wasn't my staff. The establishment will look at it and ascertain what it was.
Sir, he was only asking a question. It's his job and mine. See that it's covered.
Yes, I absolutely will. Sorry, it's been a bit of a day. And now a hole in the wall.
Alright, you've been notified.
Thank you. I'll patch it up personally. Was there something else about the establishment? I hope not. Yes?
That's it. That's it, I guess, guard. Okay. That's that. I guess I can try and find out from the racist lorry driver about Ruby. And if it doesn't work again, then I'll just have to make Tom hate me.
Looking for something, Hunt? Come to tell me to fuck off again?
The main thing is to not overdo it, even when you're trying to scare someone. The most important thing is, how does it look on your resume?
The jig's up. I've got the goods on you.
Oh yeah? And what goods are those?
You know, your goods.
There's some kind of homo thing?
No, just tell me what you know.
Make me, Runt.
Let's just go and ask Tommy, alright? We are wasting our time here.
Well, you don't got a lot of choices, so let's do it.
Stuck in the rain in a traffic jam, man. What's on your mind?
I've changed my mind about your friend, the lady driver.
What? But I told you she's my friend. Please don't make me give her up, detective. Get someone else. There's a ton of drivers here.
Maybe I can ask the other guy.
Thank you, friend.
What's his name? He's my last option, isn't he?
Everything's still cool here, officer.
Sealang. Yeah, I can't ask Sealang to do that, so it's got to be you, Tommy. Sorry.
Stuck in the rain in a traffic jam, man. What? But I told you she's my friend. Please don't make me give her up, detective. Get someone else. There's a ton of drivers here.
Put yourself in my shoes. I need this for another investigation too. It's important. I can't blow it.
You're not gonna put a bullet in your head if you blow it, are you? Because she's on the edge, man.
Imagine it, an explosion of stars. Goodbye world of men, money, and machines.
She's a suspect and I need you to tell me where she is or I can't finish the investigation.
I thought you were a different kind of cop.
Sorry, man. They're all the same. Something breaks in him as he stares into your eyes.
The realization that you've used his friendliness and goodwill for your own ends. Remember, you're doing it for the bigger investigation. This is important. Relax. Ask.
Where is the lady driver?
Here.
He takes a keyring from his pocket, then looks at it before giving it to you in silence.
The keys to a motor lorry. Pretty complex. Looks like a chain lock.
Her lorry's still here. Down past the statue of Philippe. The cabin is green. You can get in there with these. That's all I know.
When did she leave?
Last Friday.
He blinks, his eyes half empty now. Why did you have her keys?
She left them to me. Because she trusted me. So I can get it out of the way when the jam breaks loose. Otherwise...
The other drivers would have to tow it or break in to get the machines moving.
If they break in, they would find what's hidden inside. Something incriminating.
I'm sorry I had to do this.
I bet you are.
And he's sorry he couldn't be what he wants to be. A good person. His last line, his revenge on the world.
Anything else? Like where she is now?
No. I don't know. Nah. I need to think my own thoughts now. Pray forgiveness for my sins. Go check your cabin. I hope it gets you something. Help someone.
Well, I didn't feel great about that, but another day in playing a video game where you're playing as a cop. past the statue of Philippe. There we go.
This green found, A to Z, contemporaire, is parked in the shadow of the ruins looming overhead. It's seen better days.
This is the one our man pointed to.
Try to peek in the window.
The glass on the side windows is tinted and covered with dust. You can barely make out the shape of a seat and two steering levers. It feels like you're peeking into someone's home residence. Inside it's private, cozy, warm, dusty too.
Try the door handle.
The door is locked. The handle looks shiny, like it's recently replaced. There's no picking this lock. The owner has put special care into it. It's a recessed design.
Unlock the door with the key Tommy gave you.
You push the key into the lock and turn. It makes a cracking sound. Then the door pops back a few centimeters. You can just... The smell of cigarettes and perfume welcomes you. The cabin inside is plastered with old movie posters. Actresses smile from the walls. There's a radio transmitter in the front and a toolbox tucked under the driver's seat. Some tools lie scattered near the pedals. There's something odd about the passenger seat. The seating fabric has been pulled tight over the lower side of the seat where the toolbox should be.
Admire the posters.
These are movie posters featuring starlets from long-forgotten films from the 20s, the teens, even the 90s of the last century.
I was thinking that this had a bit of a homosexual vibe. I'm thinking that more now.
One of them particularly catches your eye. A centerfold of an ingenue attached right above the back seat. There's definitely perfume in the air. It's spicy, with a hint of amberette, wafting through the bitter air of the cabin.
Stop and wonder, what's that smell?
The remnants of a sweet juniper-scented perfume. Probably grenade number 5.
Study the centerfold.
The actress is draped in a sheathed dress, one of her shoulders bared. The faded remains of an autograph run across the poster. She's looking past the camera. A feeling of tenderness washes over you. A longing even, perhaps. And gentle tragedy. Wait, doesn't she resemble someone you know? But you can't put your finger on whom exactly.
Enough of the posters.
The actresses and the rear actor all smile you a warm goodbye. A radio transmitter is attached to the dashboard and a toolbox sits under the driver's seat.
Examine the radio.
Looks like the frequency dial is absent. It requires a key to work, but the key has been removed, likely by the missing lady driver.
Strange. There are so many radio stations saved here. Must be over 100 at least.
Why would anyone need so many?
For contacting an entire fleet of lorrymen, for example. This is all shortwave, UW and UKV. Looks like we are dealing with an impressive organizational tool. The nerve center of a huge operation, with quite a range too.
A 20-kilometer radius at least, perhaps extended by an attachable antenna that's not here right now.
Okay, is there anything we can do with the radio?
Doesn't look like it. It's completely inoperable without a dial key.
The ghostly actresses and the rusty toolbox under the driver's seat and the oddly bulging seat cover.
Check the pedals.
You wedge yourself under the steering wheel to get a better look. Seems like the few tools lying around here, a hammer, a pair of pliers, a rusty wrench, have been casually thrown there by the disorganized driver. But one odd detail does catch your eye. A piece of sandpaper has been glued to the throttle. Sandpaper adds extra grip.
Looks like the driver has glued a piece of sandpaper to the throttle to offer some extra grip.
Sandpaper? A novel technique?
The sandpaper would also rub off the pattern from the driver's right boot sole.
Yes?
Do the honors, he thinks. Connect it yourself.
One of the footprints at the crime scene had an aberration. One sole was smoother than the other.
Which means that the missing lady driver was present at the lynching.
So Ruby really is running a complex operation out of her lorry.
At least we can now ask Titus some concrete questions about it.
The movie stars are still smiling from the walls. The radio transmitter sits on the center console, and a faint smell of perfume is in the air.
Peel off the cover on the passenger seat.
Voila! A stack of neatly folded papers has been stashed behind the seating fabric. You see 3 maps depicting a large metropolitan area. It's Revachol. Some of its routes and highways have been outlined with a pen.
Bonne prise.
The lieutenant commends you as you shift through the treasure, well worn and folded into neat squares. Fold open the topmost map.
This large map displays the elevated motorway called 881. The intake leading to Martinez is marked with a blue X. There's another X on the off-ramp at a place called the Old South. Toll booths at the intakes are marked with a circle. It looks like there are scant few ways of getting onto the elevated motorway that runs over Jamrock, and this person knows them all. There, hundreds of thousands of motor carriages roar on the 881. High above the mass of brown and red roofs, that is Jamrock. The commuters don't even look down. The world ceases to exist outside the windshield.
Where does the road lead?
To Kuron, through the middle-income neighborhoods there, by the river, and then to Stella Maris and La Delta for work, while the men and women of Jamrock scuttle to their fates below the road.
Fold open the second map.
This municipal map from the 30s displays a complex system of storm sewers underneath a sub-district called the Box, old military hospital, right adjacent to the 41st precinct. No storm will ever drown Revachol. The great solution to the riddle of history. Wind rips through the empty hallways of the once great military hospital, now just a ruin under an overgrown park. Beneath the hospital, great sewer tunnels hum and vibrate with life of their own.
What's that sound?
The rattle of motor carriages and lorries driving through long forgotten tunnels, lit by gaslights.
Look at the third map.
The final map displays a labyrinth of service tunnels left over from the construction of Motorway 881. A few routes have been marked with a pen, where the tunnels and sewers surface near the eminent domain, and a traffic island in central Jamrock by the lake. These service tunnels were probably used during the construction of the foundation beneath the motorway. Looks like the smugglers have infiltrated the road network belonging to East Motor Tract.
The smugglers have infiltrated the motor tract.
So it would seem. The RCM patrols most of these auxiliary roads, though apparently not all of them.
Where does the contraband end up?
Hard to say. This distribution network looks certainly large, yet still vague enough. It doesn't reveal much about the Besmerti behind it.
Besmerti? That sounds vaguely familiar.
The Besmerti is a Revacholian crime syndicate. They see themselves as the inheritors of the 14 Revacholian Indo-tribes, but really they're just violent gangs vying for control on the west side of Revachol. With cool names like La Puta Madre and Ahora Mazda, it's a dark parody.
Who do you think is behind this?
It's definitely not the Union. They just do some logistics. This operation has spread everywhere in Jamrock. If it's that widespread, then Madre remains the most likely suspect. Here's bad news. There have been attempts at a serious investigation before, but they haven't ended well for those involved.
Lieutenant Kitsuragi is a brave man for saying Madre's name without the winces and whispers that usually accompany it.
Return the stack of papers under the seat.
Best not to disturb the scene. I'll have forensics go over the lorry and pick these up later.
The stack of maps looks just like before, barely noticeable. The movie stars look silently by, and the pull-out toolbox has a rubber handle, worn from years of use.
Pull out the toolbox.
A metallic drawer slides out from the seat. It's empty, except for a folded newspaper.
Unfold the newspaper.
It's an issue of Petit Ferric from last Wednesday. A piece of paper falls out from its pages.
Pick up the note.
It looks like an article ripped out from a radio enthusiast magazine. Complex mathematical equations explain the basics of something called The ULAN frequency system.
The ULAN frequency system? I've never heard of that before. I know of FM, AM, UKV, but...
The pull-out toolbox slides back into its nest. The rest is as it was. Posters, a radio, dust on the windows. It closed the rusty old lorry door.
Great. I think we got everything. A word, detective? Before we return to Joyce?
Okay, so we can confront the Hardy Boys about the drug trade and report back to Joyce. But let's talk to Kim quickly, and then I think I'm gonna wrap up today's stream and we can do those things next time.
Alright, we've finished here. Let's quickly debrief and go over what we found, so we don't do it in front of the company.
Seems like something police would do. What do you think of all this, Kim?
Honestly, I'm quite worried by what we've seen so far. The evidence seems to point to a rather extensive and well-organized operation. I'm especially intrigued by that radio transmitter, particularly the sheer number of stations it can connect. Looks like this alleged drug trade casts a wide net.
This means it's well-funded. Technology like that, a major player must be financing it.
I'm not sure what the ULAN frequencies are all about, but they may hold some significance. Perhaps it's a better way to connect between fleets while avoiding frequency bleed, or maybe it's used to tap into RCM networks. Oh, and the maps we found. They reveal the geographical extent of the operation. Looks like they've used abandoned tunnels and access roads to stay hidden. This is useful info. And last but not least, it's Ruby's cabin we found. This is an undeniable connection to the Union.
What about the movie posters? How do they factor into all this?
As elegant as they are, I don't think they are relevant to the drug trade.
Don't be fooled. Desire always plays a role.
I hate to tear a lesbian in business down. You know? There's got to be a way to get through this without ruining this butcher's life. A lot of women there, especially for a lady driver's cabin. Okay, I mean, I wouldn't phrase it like that, but I want to talk about her being gay, so let's do it.
Yes, well...
Unimportant.
The Union really is neck deep with everything around here, isn't it?
One way or another, they seem to be. Logistically, if nothing else. But don't expect to burst this open during our stay here. At best, this is an angle we can use against them. To other ends, as extra ammunition.
Will the RCM open an investigation into this?
We should return to the murder case. See what Joyce tells us about the lynching. When we are done for the day, I call my station and suggest our narcotics department look into it. There are more than enough grounds to start an official investigation, sometime later when we are done here. We do not want to get caught in that.
He stops to think. What are you thinking?
The fact that one hasn't started already gives me pause. An investigation, I mean. Especially if the Madre grouping is involved, and I can't imagine they aren't. It's certainly worrisome.
Corruption?
All the same, I don't like the idea of internal affairs descending on the matter. That won't help anyone either.
Okay, debrief over?
Debrief over. After you.